Right, so I'm back again. Bellator MMA recap. Yeah, so I watched some of the fights. Let's start off with Mr. Jack Swagger himself, his second fight in Bellator. And hey, man, I'm not saying y'all gotta make this man fight the top of the top, but y'all can't keep having Mr. Jack Swagger fighting goddamn school janitors and sanitation officers and bartenders, because the guys who he's fighting right now, I mean, offer no resistance at all. I understand you want to let prospects develop, but Hager is 37 years old. He has to fight some better competition. People who are at least his size, people who are at least in shape, people who are at least, come to win. That shit looked terrible. And I'm not going to buy into this. Scott Coker is better than this. People like to shit on Scott Coker sometimes, but Scott Coker is better than this. And I am not going to give any props to that win. No, that's not good enough. He needs to fight better competition. Not championship level, but better. He's 37. He has to be fast tracked. And I'm sorry, no, that's not going to be good enough for me. We move on, of course, to MVP versus Douglas Lima. And I am not an MVP fan. I think MVP is a complete arrogant prick. At least that's what he shows on camera. He wants to entertain. He has that cocky point karate style. And he got humbled last night. Sorry. He got humbled last night, and it was good. Point karate is a style that, deals with a lot of bouncing around and distancing, and he's been using that to his advantage because he's a very tall person. He's very tall, and he wants to keep it outside and style and, pity pat. But he's strong. He has talent. But he has not learned the game enough to be as cocky as he is. I understand in point karate, he might have been some great accomplished guy, but in MMA, he's done nothing. His fight before this, with Paul Daly, if Paul Daly knew what he was doing on the ground, he would have finished MVP. He would have finished Michael Venom Page. And it's unfortunate that Paul Daly, all the years he's been fighting MMA, has not developed a ground game. Well, this time, he fought somebody who is top 5 in the welterweight division, in my opinion, Douglas Lima. And he got cleaned out. He was in his wide stance. Douglas Lima, caught him with his powerful low kick to his lead foot, buckled the lead foot. He went down, and Lima just lit him up with a right hand and KO'd him on the ground. It was wonderful. MVP has to get his life in order in terms of fighting. He has to work on his craft. He's not going to change the point fighting style, but he has to diversify himself. He's been getting away with this shit, and he's been joking and clowning on his opponents after he's knocked them out. I remember he knocked a dent into Cyborg Santos' head, and he clowned the man. I remember when Ronda Rousey, another, absolute arrogant prick, got knocked out. He made a whole song about how she was knocked out. So I wonder who's going to make a song about MVP now. I'm glad you got humbled. You need to work on your game. It's not good enough. You fought somebody who actually is worth a damn, and look what happened to you. So Douglas Lima continues on in the welterweight Grand Prix. And finally, we have Pitbull versus Michael Chandler. I call this fight correctly, but there's controversy, of course, because Pitbull hit him with a right, and it looked like it hit him in the back of the head. And then when Chandler went down, he might have hit him in the back of his head again. And then Chandler was, in my opinion, immobile for maybe 2-3 seconds. And by the time the referee stepped in, he kind of woke up, and the referee stopped the fight. So more than likely, there's going to be a rematch. But for now, Pitbull Ferreira is the new double champion of Bellator. All in all, I was pleased with the card. It was all right, but Bellator has to do better with Jack Swagger. I'm not buying that anymore. I enjoyed Douglas Lima as usual. I'm looking forward to his next fight, and more than likely we'll see the rematch with Pitbull and Michael Chandler. So that's it for me with Bellator MMA. Y'all have a nice day. Peace.